Hi and welcome to the Math Walkthrough on Cambridge IGCSE 2019 Paper 1 58013. In this video, you'll be skipping questions that are repeated from 58011 and 58012. Question 1. Write 3.058 correct to three significant figures. This is 3.06. Next, write 0.45 as a fraction in its simplest form. In essence, this decimal translates to 45 over 100, and in its simplest form, 9 over 20. Question 3. Factorize 2x squared minus x. The correct answer is x times 2x minus 1. Question 4. Find the coordinates of the point where the line y equals 3x minus 8 crosses the y-axis. It is at the coordinates 0, minus 8. Question 5. Gulo's reaction times are measured in two games. In the first game, his reaction time is a third of a second. In the second game, his reaction time is an eighth of a second. Find the difference between the two reaction times. This will be a subtraction of two fractions. Question 6. The probability that Alex wins a prize is 0.27. Find the probability that Alex does not win a prize. This would be the remaining probability adding up to 1. Question 7. The table shows the different methods of travel for 20 people going to work. Which type of average, mean, median, or mode can be used for this information? The only one that makes sense here is mode. Question 8. Calculate the expression. The correct answer is 6. Next, 8b. Calculate the expression. In following through the working, we should arrive at 2.15. 9. Simplify the expression. The correct answer is 14x plus 13y. Question 11. Work out 2p plus 3q. In following through the working, it should lead us to a matrix with the numbers 13 and 18. Question 12. Write down the type of correlations you would expect for the following: the average speed of a train and the time taken for the journey. This would be a negative or inverse correlation. Next, for the distance traveled by a car and the amount of fuel used. This would be a positive or direct correlation. Question 13. The scale drawing shows a rock R. The scale is 1 centimeter, representing 30 meters. A lighthouse L is 210 meters from R on a bearing of 125 degrees. On the diagram, mark the position of L. This is a pictorial representation on what is required. Question 14. Rearrange 2W plus H equal P to make W the subject. Following through the working, W is half P minus H. Question 15. Gennaro measures the length L of his desks as 120 centimeters correct to the nearest centimeter. Complete the statement about the value L. The correct answers are 119.5 and 120.5 respectively. Question 16. Solve 7x minus 5 equals 16. In following through the working, x is equals to 3. Question 17. Without using a calculator, work out the product of the two fractions. In following through the working, the answer is 4 over 15. Question 18. Shape ABCD is similar to shape PQRS. Work out the value of A. Knowing that the proportion of AD and PS being equal to that of AB with PQ, A is 7. Question 19. Harry invests $800 for 2 years at a rate of 3% per year compound interest. Calculate the amount of interest he receives at the end of the 2 years. The amount of interest earned will be 1.03 to the order of 2 multiplied by 800 minus 800. Question 20. Solve the simultaneous equations. You start by labeling the first two equations as equations 1 and 2. Next, you multiply equation 1 by 3 such that the magnitude of y is the same as that on equation 2. You then call this equation 3. Next, you sum equation 2 and 3 for an equation that only has the factor of x. X is then calculated as 4, and with this, you could calculate y in accordance. Question 21. Write down the next term in each sequence. With the pattern being a -5 from one number to the next for the first sequence, the next number is -13. With the pattern on sequence 2 being a ×2 followed by a -1, the next term for the sequence is 97. Question 22. Closed box in the shape of a cuboid has length 5 cm, width 4 cm, and height 2 cm. Calculate the volume of the box. This should be a straightforward product of the three parameters. Question 22b. On the 1 cm square grid, complete the net of this box. The added lines in blue is what this net should look like. Question 23. The diagram shows two regular pentagons. Pentagon FGHJK is an enlargement of the pentagon ABCDE center O. Find angle AEK. First, we identify the internal angle of a pentagon, which in this case is 108 degrees. Next, the angle of AEK is simply half of the difference between 360 degrees and 108 degrees. Question 24. A vertical flagpole BD stands on horizontal ground and is held by two ropes AD and CD, AD being 15 meters and BC 10.7 meters, and an angle DAB which is equivalent to 38 degrees. Using trigonometry, calculate BD. Knowing that sine 38 degrees is BD over 15, we should be able to identify BD as being 9.235. Next, calculate CD. CD in turn can be derived from the Pythagoras formula as 14.1. Question 25. Jason spends 480 minutes at school each day. The pie chart shows the time he spends in 3 of his lessons. A. Measure the sector angle for science. The measured angle should be 85 degrees. Next, work out the time in minutes Jason spends in English. This time can be calculated from the ratio in angles against the total time, and that amounts to 60 minutes. Question 25C. Jason spends 100 minutes in geography and the rest of the day is free time. Complete the pie chart. Likewise, we could calculate the angle for geography based on the ratio in the two given timings. That's all for this walkthrough. You can refer to a various segment of Quick Math should you wish to brush up your math before starting on another one of our walkthroughs.